AI will not replace designers, but using it sloppily will expose shallow thinking. In 2023, a team of lawyers found that out the hard way. Let's talk why and how we can avoid that. Hi, I'm Pat, and in this video we talk about what actually happens when AI enters real decision making. AI does not remove responsibility.
It amplifies it.
And if your thinking is not solid, that amplification becomes obvious very fast. And before we dive into it, I would really love it if you could subscribe. It helps this channel grow and keeps these conversations going. Designers are overwhelmed. The work is cognitively heavy. We make decisions with incomplete information, shifting constraints, constant time pressure, and accumulated decision fatigue. AI feels like a relief, and that's exactly why misuse happens. It answers quickly, it sounds confident, it collapses ambiguity into something neat and understandable, and our tired brains love that. But here's the mistake. We are treating fluency as correctness. People start prompting for answers instead of interrogating problems. They trust outputs because they sound coherent. They skip validation because phrasing feels professional. They let the model collapse complexity way too early. The danger isn't that AI is always wrong. It's that it feels right way too easily. Large language models do not understand problems. They generate likely continuations of text. That distinction matters. They are really intelligent pattern engines. Basically super powerful dice, not decision makers. When used correctly, AI broadens thinking. It surfaces alternatives you had not considered, exposes assumptions you didn't realize you were making, summarizes messy information into usable structures, and helps you articulate reasoning clearly. Used lazily, it replaces your reasoning with plausible language that might happen. AI is strongest before commitment. When you are still exploring options, interpreting edge cases, and mapping consequences. It is weakest at the moment of judgment. That is the shift most teams miss. AI should expand the field, but humans still choose the path. So, let's talk about where it actually goes wrong. In a 2023 court case, Mata versus Avianca Inc., a team of lawyers submitted court filings that cited cases generated by ChatGPT. The cases did not exist. The model had fabricated them confidently. The lawyers did not check the output. They trusted it. They were fined. The failure wasn't that the AI produced fake cases. The real failure was that trained professionals skipped verification. Air Canada made a similar mistake with its chatbot. The system confidently gave incorrect refund information, and the company was held responsible because it treated AI output as authoritative without pressure testing it. This is the pattern. AI sounds confident. Confident feels like correctness, but unless you stress test it, you're just outsourcing doubt. You open a chat, you ask for an answer, you get something that sounds coherent. You move on with your day. If you're serious about using AI well, you need to do something much more deliberate. Create a separate red team chat. Not a friendly one that thinks you're really cool, but a hostile one. And be deliberate about it again. Do not just change your tone in the same thread. Open a new conversation and define its role clearly. Here is a prompt I use. You are red team. Your job is to attack my ideas. Assume they are flawed. Assume I am wrong. Find structural weaknesses, edge cases, contradictions, and unintended consequences. This matters because large language models mirror context. If the chat starts with collaborative and supportive, it will tend to reinforce your framing. If you explicitly assign it the role of skeptic, critic, adversary, or even Gordon Ramsay, the outputs shift. You're not asking it to validate you, you're asking it to stress test you. A red team chat should look for hidden assumptions, reinterpret your reasoning in the least charitable way, stimulate skeptical personas, explore worst-case interpretations, and highlight downstream risks you have not considered. You're not trying to win the exchange. You're trying to see where your logic bends. And then, this is the important part, you evaluate those attacks yourself. You don't accept them blindly. You assess which critique reveals real risk and which are just noise. That evaluation step is where expertise still lives. The earlier real-world examples show why this matters. Red teaming is not optional. It is the discipline that turns AI from shortcut into thinking amplifier. AI does not make decisions safer. It makes unsafe decisions cheaper. Now let's talk about the caveats. There's a clear boundary AI should never cross. Judgment, accountability, understanding, and prioritization do not belong to tools. Those are human responsibilities. AI can expand the field of options. It can really lower the cost of exploration. But choosing the path and owning the consequences stays with you. Using AI well is not about surrendering authority. It's about exercising it more deliberately. AI solutions reduce the cost of producing ideas, but they do not reduce the cost of being wrong. AI doesn't make decisions better, it just makes thinking cheaper. Used with rigor, AI can make designers stronger, but if you go the lazy route, it exposes who wasn't thinking deeply to begin with. If you let AI decide, you've already lost the plot. If this video helped you rethink how you're using AI, you should consider subscribing. You can also find a link to my Substack in the description. You should also go into the comments and tell me how you pressure test your ideas. Because here on Design Unhinged, we don't chase answers, we chase better thinking.